Did you see what just happened? Over 2.6 billion Shiba Inu coins disappeared from crypto exchanges in only one day. This could be your ticket to massive gains or a trap that wipes you out. The stakes are sky high. Miss this move, and you might watch others cash in while you're left behind. This is not some random fluctuation. Shiba Inu is shaking up the market, with a colossal 2.6 billion SHIB withdrawn from exchanges in the last 24 hours. When whales and everyday investors pull this much off the table, it signals one of two things. They are gearing up for a huge rally or bracing for extreme volatility that could crush unprepared traders. The data does not lie. Giant outflows like this often trigger a supply crunch, fueling explosive price surges. As a leading research firm noted, Shiba Inu saw massive exchange outflow and could see even more shift away from exchanges. This drain does more than just lower selling pressure. It ignites serious FOMO for those sitting on the sidelines. But here's your warning. Bullish momentum can flip on a dime. If hype outraces real value and sellers flood in, you could fall into a classic bull trap and lose big. The risk is real. Move smartly and you might score life-changing gains, but chase blindly and your portfolio could take a serious hit. So what's really driving this SHIB outflow? Is it just FOMO, or is there solid proof of a rally ahead? Let's break down the truth next. We'll dig into the real story behind the numbers and what they mean for your wallet. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss the signals that could make or break your next crypto move. Is this meme coin exodus a golden ticket or a trap about to snap shut? Ignore these signals and you could lose out on a rare shot at massive gains, or worse, get caught in a brutal dump. Let's unravel the Shiba Inu drama that has the entire crypto world on edge. In just the past 24 hours, more than 2.6 trillion SHIB tokens have been withdrawn from exchanges. That is not a typo. When this much SHIB disappears from exchanges, it slashes the risk of sudden dumps and means any new buying pressure could have a far bigger impact on price. At this moment, Shiba Inu is trading near 13 ten-thousandths of a dollar, a healthy move up from its recent support zone around 12 ten-thousandths. But the real story is on the charts. SHIB just blasted past its crucial 50-day exponential moving average, a technical milestone that often sparks rallies. Meanwhile, the relative strength index sits at 59, highlighting bullish momentum without crossing into overbought territory. Here's the kicker. With fewer tokens sitting on exchanges, the immediate supply for panic selling dries up. That means the odds of a heavy sell-off tanking the price drop sharply, setting the stage for a classic supply squeeze. In this scenario, every new buy order packs more punch, driving the price up faster than usual. This is not just theory, it is unfolding right now. On September 9th, over 2.6 trillion SHIB tokens vanished from exchanges, a move confirmed by CoinPaper's research. Such a massive outflow is a classic signal of reduced selling pressure, and often it is the calm before a major rally. Historically, these outflows have preceded explosive upward moves, as coins transfer into the hands of committed long-term holders or whales. The stakes could not be higher. Misreading these signals risks buying into a bull trap or panic selling just before the next moonshot. In the wild world of meme coins, one wrong move can mean missing out on life-changing profits or getting wiped out in a single, savage reversal. But exchange flows and chart breakouts are only the start. To really get ahead of the next SHIB surge, you need to see what the whales are up to and uncover the hidden maneuvers shaping the meme coin battlefield. Let's dive into the secret world of whale wallets and decode their latest moves. You might be shocked at what's unfolding behind the scenes. Are you being outplayed in the Shiba Inu market? Or will you catch the next big wave before it breaks? Ignore this shift and you could miss out on life-changing profits, or end up as just another casualty of the meme coin hype cycle. Let's look at what's really happening. In the past 24 hours alone, More than 2.6 billion Shiba Inu tokens have disappeared from exchanges, snapped up by whales who are famous for steering the market. On-chain data reveals that even the top 10 largest wallets saw outflows totaling 2.5 billion tokens, a bold move that sends a clear signal. The big players are setting the stage for a dramatic price move. If you're not following their lead, you risk being swept aside, either catching the rally or becoming the exit liquidity when the music stops. Why is this so critical for you? Exchange outflows mean fewer tokens are available to buy or sell, tightening supply at a crucial moment. As one analyst warns, with steady outflows and slow inflows, SHIB could spike in price quickly because there's just not enough supply at the exchanges. In plain English, a price explosion could hit before most traders even blink. But here's where things get tricky. SHIB has already seen this movie. After surging at the start of the year, the token has since plunged more than 42%, now trading around 0.0000127, far below its January peak. The bulls are clinging to hope, especially with SHIB reclaiming its 50-day exponential moving average, but a true breakout is anything but certain. Technical experts warn of a potential trap. Unless SHIB breaks through a major resistance level, the current uptick could lure in retail investors right before whales cash out, flipping the market and leaving newcomers holding the bag. Optimism is everywhere during meme coin frenzies, but sentiment can reverse in an instant, often leaving everyday traders nursing heavy losses. Meanwhile, new meme coins like Based Eggman, Little Pepe, and Remitix are stealing the spotlight, drawing both attention and capital away from SHIB. The battle for dominance in the meme coin universe is reaching a fever pitch. While some analysts still predict SHIB could skyrocket by over 150% if momentum holds, others remind us that meme coin seasons are notoriously short, and fortunes can vanish just as fast as they appear. So here's your hard choice. Jump in early and risk becoming exit liquidity for the whales, or hesitate and watch SHIB's biggest move unfold without you. With whales, retail traders, and rival coins all fighting for the same liquidity, the stakes for every investor are higher than ever. Coming up, let's break down exactly how these whale moves could trigger a rapid price surge or leave unsuspecting traders exposed. Here's what you need to watch in the next 48 hours. The future isn't written. Will SHIB blast through resistance or crumble as the next viral coin steals the spotlight? Let's map out 3 possible paths for Shiba Inu, with each scenario carrying very different consequences for investors. First, the bullish case of over 2 billion tokens from exchanges signals mounting confidence among holders. Technicals look strong. SHIB has reclaimed its 50-day moving average, and Google Trends show a surge in search interest. Some analysts now predict SHIB could rocket over 500% to 8/1000th of a cent, with millionaire traders calling this the start of another meme coin boom. Short-term, even modest targets suggest a 20 to 30% rally could play out in the coming weeks if this momentum holds. A rally of this scale would reward early and patient investors, especially those who bought the recent dip. Traders who chase breakouts could also see profits, but only if they are nimble enough to take gains before the music stops. Whale accumulation is a bullish sign, but history shows SHIB rallies are often lightning quick and followed by savage corrections. Next, the bear scenario, all eyes are on exchange flows, but just as outflows reduce selling pressure, a sudden inflow could trigger a cascade of profits locked in by whales. Already, some reports point to increased whale exits and a growing trend of large holders dumping not just SHIB, but also competitor coins like Pepe. If market sentiment shifts or a surprise event triggers fresh inflows, SHIB could tumble fast, trapping latecomers who ignored the warning signs. For newcomers and leverage traders, this could mean instant losses and holding the bag as price reverses. Finally, there's the wild card, competition from the next viral meme coin and a rapidly evolving crypto landscape. Coins like Layerbret and Remitix are surging, with Remitix jumping 6-fold and some predicting a 40 times rally by December. The hype around new meme coins, often powered by Ethereum, can siphon attention and liquidity away from SHIB in a flash. Investors who fail to spot these rotations risk getting stuck in a coin that's no longer the market's darling. For those agile enough to jump from trend to trend, the meme coin sector remains a high-risk, high-reward arena. Every scenario has winners and losers. Long-term holders might enjoy life-changing gains or see paper profits evaporate. Short-term traders face the classic dilemma: when to get in and when to bail out. And anyone betting on SHIB must constantly watch not just the price, but the flow of attention and capital across the meme coin ecosystem. So how do you turn this unpredictable landscape into an opportunity rather than a liability? Let's break down the key strategies every SHIB investor needs to know. Forget the noise. Here's how savvy traders actually use SHIB data to get ahead. First, always look past the hype. The massive outflow of over 2 billion SHI from exchanges is not just a bullish headline. It is a direct sign that big holders are moving assets off trading platforms, potentially to prepare for a price run-up. As one analysis notes, the number of tokens on exchanges is usually lower, so there is less supply to sell on the spot, thus minimizing the chances of a price decline. But outflows alone are not a buy signal. True accumulation means you see steady withdrawals from exchanges, even as network activity picks up. A recent transaction volume growth of just over 1%, while modest, shows renewed engagement, and that can be an early indicator of authentic investor interest, not just speculation chasing headlines. It is critical to spot the difference between real accumulation and temporary hype. When whales consistently move large amounts of SHIB off exchanges and hold through volatility, that often signals they are betting on a larger price move. In contrast, if you see spikes in inflows, tokens moving back onto exchanges, expect selling pressure and the risk of a sudden reversal. Never ignore these inflow signals. They have repeatedly triggered meme coin bull traps in the past. Also, pay attention to new catalysts like protocol upgrades. The imminent Leash version 2 migration is drawing attention, but it is important to watch if this brings organic accumulation or just short-lived excitement. Remember, meme coin rallies are often fast and brutal. If you chase every social trend, you risk buying tops and selling bottoms. In summary, let data be your edge. Use on-chain flows, exchange reserve changes, and whale moves to filter out the noise. Blindly following headlines is a losing game. Combining discipline with actionable metrics is how traders position themselves for asymmetric upside without falling for every bull trap. Now, let's bring all these insights together and look at what the next 48 hours could mean for investors who want to get ahead of the SHB curve. Will you be the one left holding the bag, or the investor who saw through the noise? Let's cut through the hype. Shiba Inu has just seen over 2 billion SHIB pulled out of exchanges in a single day. That is not just a headline, it is a signal that whales and long-term holders are preparing for something big. With exchange reserves now near 85 trillion SHIB, selling pressure is at its lowest in months, and technical indicators like the 50-day moving average have been shattered. But here's the risk. While bullish sentiment is fueling the charts, hidden battles are brewing. Whales may be loading up, yet the meme coin space is more crowded than ever, with new competitors snapping at SHIB's heels and luring away attention and capital. One sharp analyst predicts SHIB could surge as high as 8/1000ths of a cent if market momentum and Google search trends align. But nothing is guaranteed. Recent history shows how fast tides can turn. Massive exchange outflows can trigger price rallies, but also bull traps if sudden inflows flood markets again. In fact, just this week, 60 billion SHIB flowed back onto exchanges, a red flag that selling pressure could return at any moment. If you are only watching headlines or relying on hope, you risk being caught at the top while others quietly exit. The real edge is to follow the signals, not the crowd. Monitor exchange flows, whale moves, and network activity, because your financial outcome hinges on whether you chase hype or base your moves on real market insight. So, as SHIB faces its next crucial test, how can you position yourself to spot true opportunity and protect yourself from the next meme coin storm? Stay tuned.